Congressman Roskamm, you happen to have a personal and special relationship with President Barack Obama. I understand you worked with him hand in hand in the Illinois legislature.
We both served together for 4 years in the Illinois Senate and served on the Judiciary Committee together, among others. So I have a little bit of an insight, but that Barack Obama, I don't think showed up in the White House. I think he's a very different figure now.
How is your relationship now with him, working with him hand in hand now that he's the top dog, if you would, in U.S. government, in the U.S. government?
Well, I issued an invitation to the president when he came and spoke to the House Republican Issues Conference in Baltimore a year ago and posed the question. I said, look, there's an opportunity for us to work together on a trade agenda that increases American exports. He said that he was interested in doubling exports over the next 5 years, and I think that that's an area where everybody can come and work together. There's been a little bit of progress on that in terms of moving forward on the Colombia Free Trade Agreement. The Korean Free Trade Agreement, but we haven't seen too much action on Colombia, and we haven't seen too much action on Panama, which I think is regrettable.
Now, there's Florida, where there's a bill on the table, an immigration-style bill, similar to the Arizona one. I know you're a proponent of legal immigration. One of your colleagues and friends, Mario Diaz-Balart, who's a congressman here in Florida, is against any type of bill like that. Do you disagree with him? Do you think Florida does need? I know you're from Illinois, but Florida and maybe the country as a whole needs, or states as a whole need a type of law like that to kind of keep the influx of the criminal activity coming into the country, or there's a lot of other things involved in illegal immigration.
Well, I have great respect for every member of Congress articulating the needs and their own priorities for how they see things. I think what I think we should be doing is concentrating on an immigration policy that makes sense. Right now, it's terribly unpredictable. It seems random at best. It's not well enforced, and as a result, we've seen a lot of disrespect for the law. It has an economic impact for taxpayers across the spectrum, and the federal government has so failed in this that now states have been essentially provoked and prompted into doing something on their own.
Talking about the budget, what's going on now with the budget as we speak?
Well, as we speak, House Republicans have been working to try to get to $100 billion in cuts this year. That is taking $100 billion out of President Obama's request for 2011. That will, if we are able to accomplish that, and I think that we're getting to a point where we're getting consensus around that $100 billion figure, that's $100 billion out of the next 7 months of the fiscal year. The largest cut that you can ever imagine. Now, that's the first step, because clearly the federal government is borrowing 40 cents on every dollar, which is absurd. So my feeling is, let's get to a consensus point where everybody's singing off the same song sheet on this $100 billion figure for the continuing resolution, which is the fight and the conflict that'll be coming up as that continuing resolution expires on March 4th of this year. And then we can turn the page and begin to work further and further as it relates to cuts. But not cuts just for the point of cutting. It's cutting in order to grow the economy and to get job creation back to where it should be.
What's your take on the new crop of Republican or conservative candidates who have just been elected, i.e. Allen West, and Sutherland down in Florida?
They are for real. They have come to Washington to do something and not to be somebody. And they have a sense of clarity and a sense of mission, and they've been clear and forthright as they're dealing with other members, and they've gained a great deal of influence. And I think Florida has two incredibly rock-solid voices in the House of Representatives.